All right, all right. I'm here. I'm here. I had to click a few buttons there. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. We're gonna get started here. I went ahead and put the puppy up today because you know how she is. I don't know if you can hear her barking, but as soon as I hit this live button, somehow she knows it. She goes to barking. But Tony, see y'all in there. What's happening? Jules, what's going on? Kayak 7C's in the house. Jeffrey, Tony Scott. All right, all right. Jack Crevells and all right. All right, guys, let's get to it. I got some pretty cool things we're going to talk about. Pretty exciting. So let's move along. Hope everybody's doing well. We are streaming again on Facebook and on YouTube. Facebook had a problem. They tried to drop us all out, but I guess the streaming software come up with a way to get around it. So we're back live on Good Times Adventures on Facebook. If you have Facebook on there, I don't update it as much right now, but when I get on the loop, I do. It's a best way to share pictures and stuff that's happening live right then. So y'all go on there and like that, and we'll be doing some stuff on there as well. But I mostly will be live streaming here. Help spread the fire. Tell a friend. I appreciate it. Like the video or like this, if you will. Now's a good time. You probably got a like button there. Mine looks a little different than yours, but go ahead and hit that up. Jack Crevel, permission to come aboard. Absolutely. B. Carroll's, how you doing? MV, Anna Marie. Hello, good to see you. We're going to get moving along. Let's see. Today's show, we got a little boat update and talk about that the water pump issues are finally solved. Thank goodness for that. And let's move right on along. I don't know why I was doing that. Okay. Boat fires. So y'all, we just finished up with the gas tanks, right? So I want to tell a quick story about boat fires and gas tanks and how dangerous they are. I hope people that are watching this now and certainly people in the replay, you got to take these gas tank fires very seriously. I didn't, and guess whose boat that is? That was my first sport craft. It was a 21, and I bought that one. The engine was running, but the outdrive was bad on it. So I replaced the outdrive on it. I kind of remodeled the inside, new carpet and what have you. Not anything like what I'm doing on Good Times 2.0, but we took it out. We went to it'll come to me in a minute. But there's a state park that we went to. This is the dock where you put in, and Tarpon Springs. That's where this was. This is the river where you go into Tarpon Springs. And we were going to stay 3 nights out on Kalidassie Island. Me, Jim Ajak, y'all know him, and another fireman. So this is, you can't see it, but as I recall, Jim Ajak's sailboat is off camera to the right. And it's kind of funny because we all worked at the fire department at the time, and they were joking about, seeing us on the media or on the news channel. Sure enough, that fire, that is in the beginning stages, you can see. And when it got to burning, it burnt to the water line. And that column of smoke, you could see it. And then a news helicopter came in and was getting video of it. So sure enough, we was on the news. But so this is back early, probably like 93. This was one of my first boats that I ever had. Didn't know a lot about them. Strangely enough, I was a fireman but I was a young man, probably 26, 27. Strangely enough, being a fireman, I should have took the gas smell more seriously. But I guess what? I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And I didn't have it all the time. And so long story short, on this one, I believe the fuel gas leak was somewhere higher on the tank. So the weekend that we went over there, I fueled it full for the first time. And when I got in the boat, I smelled gas, but I'd smelled it before. My guess was, based on the fireball that erupted, that thing was dumping gas all in the bilge. So I get in the boat, I cranked the boat up, and I got out of the dock, and Ajax sailboat, he was getting ready to back his boat in, I think, as I recall it. And so I got out to go help him, and I heard the engine revving up, which it normally did when it warmed up. So I walked back down, got in this side of the boat, and soon as I put my hand on the throttle to throttle it back, it had one of them engine cowlings. It exploded open, and a ball of fire just rolled out. I kind of did one of them look back and then dumped down into the cabin. And fortunately, had a window, a hatch, came out through the hatch, got out on the boat. Of course, the hatch was small. I was much smaller then. And didn't know what to do because I wasn't going back into where the fire was. And I looked down, and I'm looking at the windshield. And my little personal bag is laying there just under, which is on the dash. And I kicked that in and grabbed that because I had my wallet and keys and whatever. And I turned around to jump onto the dock, and here come Ajax. We laugh about this all the time. Here come Ajax down. He got a little old fire extinguisher. Like I got one in the boat now, which will be replaced FYI, but you've seen it, a little small one. I was like, dude, back up. That thing's got a full tank of gas. So long story short, we backed up, and it burnt to the water line. Now, let me tell you what's funny about it. Remember I told you I replaced the outdrive. The only thing on that boat new was the outdrive. So I backed the trailer in the water because the hull is full of water, and it broke the trailer trying to get it out. Thank God it wasn't back then. You didn't quite get in trouble as far as fuel on the water. And I got it out and pulled it up into the park, and it got super cold that night. Well, long story short, we didn't have a boat. So me and my family, who my, at the time, wife, wasn't there with my daughter. But here's the scary part. My daughter, when we got in that boat, we would have been going out that night. She always liked to ride on the Callan, the thing that blew open. Extremely scary. Well, long story short, we went to the Holiday Inn. The two other guys, Ajax and Mike, they stayed in their boats at the dock that night, and it got crazy cold, like down in the 30s, like we'd have been freezing out there. And for us, that's like freeze you to death down here in Florida. So woke up the next morning, went out there, meet the fire investigator. Guess what was missing off the boat? The only new thing was the outdrive. Somebody got it overnight sitting there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I learned my lesson, and I preach it. This is why I didn't play around with the gas tank. Knowing that gas tank was probably leaking, right? I pulled it out of there and put a new one in. So if you smell gas, you have got to stop what you're doing and figure out where it's coming from. That's my lesson to you. Or you may have one of these, and it could have been way worse. We could have been out in deep water. So there you go. Y'all know me. I don't hide anything. I tell all the stories. If I learn from it, I don't do it again. Okay, let's see. Let me hit some things here, and then we'll move right on along. Ventura Happy Hour. What happened to Tommy? I was looking at your video about your upcoming trip. I'm going to talk about that not tonight, but a little bit later on my trip. Let's see. Yes. That was a crazy one. So anyways, all right. So that's my experiences with boat fires. So I take them pretty seriously. All right. Question of the day. Let me play this, and then you'll see what my question is. Hey guys, question for those of you who have a Cobra out drive, OMC Cobra out drive. This telltale, which hooks up right there, where does the water supposed to come out? Because from my understanding and talking to people, friends, it comes out at the regular exhaust back there, which you cannot see, which makes sense because of the way it goes. And what I'm planning is to, with this housing, to cut a hole here and run my telltale out. Does anybody know a problem with that? Let me know. All right, guys and gals. So what you see there is, remember I told you, or some of y'all that followed along, I could never see any telltale anywhere. And that's what got me going, obviously figuring out I had a problem. Then I worked through all the problems. And if it's true, and I believe it is, because I went through the manual, I went online, I talked to people that's got similar ones, and they say they don't see a stream anywhere, so that it comes out the regular exhaust. That telltale runs down, and it helps to keep that cool, the gears down inside. So what I'm planning to do is not eliminate that, but Y it off, put a Y there, drill a hole, have a hose shooting out, because I actually love this design as far as ease. That's one of the best designs as far as replacing that water pump. But I hate the fact that I can't see that thing peeing whenever you crank it up. Now, as I did this morning, I know my water's good because I pulled one of the hoses loose going into the thermostat, and that baby's pumping wonderfully. But so when you get a chance, leave a comment, and those of y'all on the replay, have you ever experienced that? Do you see any problem with it? I kind of don't, but as often happens on here, sometimes somebody says something and it makes sense why you wouldn't do it. Well, of course, I'm going to do a video on it one way or the other. So if I find out that you shouldn't do it, you'll see it in a video. But otherwise, you're going to see a hole there with a little rubber tube coming out, because I suspect, based on the water line, and I don't know yet, but I believe I'd be able to just look over and see the water coming out. So that's what my plan is. So y'all let me know what you think about that. Let's move on. Here's another one. You kind of seen some of this, but you hadn't seen all of it. Let's watch this. What's happening with All right, guys, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you don't have audio. I got audio. So let me back that up. Thank you for saying that. I hear it. I don't know why y'all don't hear it. So basically, you're seeing that's where the head is, and all that cabinetry is finished. This is the I just got to put on the edge there. I'm using the same edge. It's pretty cool, but it'll be in black. I think I thought I did have a piece on there, but I guess I took it off. But I kept the sliding doors. I actually liked the cabinet. But if y'all remember, there was a sink over there, and I've actually built that cabinet. All I got to do is route the opening out back in the corner where I'm pointing, where you see that yellow thing. So that's now a good little storage area. Probably put toilet paper in there or what have you. All right. This is the panel. And what I'm showing you here is I'm probably going to extend and put another panel below that for when from a solar panel, solar charger and all that will end up probably being in there, and then put a door over that. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Y'all actually seen the refrigerator, I think, but it's now working, as you can see. This is the galley cabinet. You don't see it, but behind it, there's one that's already done. All I got to do is build the cover the front one, and then that is done. Let's see. That is an outlet. All my outlets are USB. Also, they have 2 USBs on there. You see there, I got it plugged in. This one is there for someone in the fort you birth. They can plug their phone in or whatever. This is the fort area. Y'all, if you remember, it was all rotted out. That wood is in there. That's all glassed in. I don't know if you can tell. And it's ready for the carpet. By next week, y'all will see the carpet in. And them upper areas is where the speakers are going to go. That'll be covered, same the silver carpet. And then so by next week, you should see speakers in there, which I'm super pumped about that, having my tunes working while I'm working on the boat. All right, let's see. Moving along. Okay. We'll back up. We'll come back to that in just a second. Let me take this off. Okay, so let me show this comment. So Tom is saying, if you wide off, the water's going to take the pretty much least path of resistance. It won't go both ways. All right, take that under advisement. Yeah, the challenge is if I'm wrong on that, and that really needs to be water going through there, it could cause that to heat up. Thank you guys for showing no sound. I don't know why that is. I could hear it perfectly on my end. That's crazy. Evening, Hayden. Okay, so it sucks. I don't know. Maybe I do a smaller stream where the least path of resistance then is going into the cavity. I don't know. Let me look at that. Let me think about what we're going to do there. Okay. You'll notice I got that cut today. Looking good, ain't it? All right. Planning our first annual Good Times meetup. Maybe going to do a giveaway if the Mug Club members don't pick the name. We're having a online thing on Wednesday. So, guys, you want to be on the Mug Club, y'all sign up. Go on michaeljsteam.com, order your mug. But we're probably going to do like a giveaway to come up with a good name. This will be an annual event. I think we have to have it planned pretty much by September the 1st, because here at Fort DeSoto, which is where it's going to be held, they you got to be booked 6 months in advance. I can tell you that. Matter of fact, Jules and her man, he's sitting on there at midnight because they go every year, I think more around April, I believe, if I remember. But you will have to be sitting there to get your spaces. I'm going to go over, I was over this past weekend, but I'm going to go shoot a whole set of videos when we do the official. I'm just kind of telling you about it. And when we do the official, so that we can do the to get the spots, because we have to lock those down. And I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do that. With the Mug Club, we're gonna plan all this. We got a meet up on Wednesday online, and we're going to talk about it. but it's sometime in February and March. And the ideal behind it is when it's cold as balls up there, it's beautiful weather down here. So some of you might drive down. It's got beautiful camping, water right up to your campsites. I'm gonna, of course, have good times there. I'd be sleeping on the boat, and we're going to design some kind of T-shirt for it for the event. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. There'll be a lot more to come about it. I don't want to say too much. I'll let the Mud Club talk about it, and then we'll go from there. Scott Hollywood, hadn't seen him in the house in a minute. Great to see you. Yeah, on the water. Yep, very soon. So might as well say that. Friday, let me hit that off. Friday is the plan to put the boat in the water. The water issue is solved, like I told you. It's pumping. I would have had the timing set today, but I couldn't from it during timing light. My son-in-law's bringing me one. So first thing in the morning, the engine, of course, it cranks up and runs. I don't know the drive yet, but we're going to know by Friday. So, I've had a lot of people asking me, thought you were going to put an ASI drive on it. I do plan on putting the drive on it before the whole loop, but I do want to run this drive because I tell you, I really like it. And I've had a bunch of people say that they're real solid. So we'll see. But before the loop, I'm going to put a new ASI drive on it. I love the way the water pump comes on and off. Man, that thing is, when you see that video, that's way easier. Other than the fact it's high up and the Merc Cruisers or those drives, it's low down in the foot. But when you see three bolts take it on and take it off and on, you'll see what I'm talking about. Jill's talking about it's going to be a good time. Oh, yeah. Goat rodeo. Yep. That's going to be, guys, if you hadn't ever been down there, when you see the videos and all, you'll see what we're talking about. Beautiful place here in Florida. Let's see. Be careful. Maybe put a valve on the new hose. You can open it and check for flow. Hey, wouldn't be the most convenient, but that is an idea. That's an idea, because then I could just cut it off, on and off. Very good idea. Thank you. See, that's why this stuff works. Whatever we end up doing, it'll be a good idea. I'll show y'all on a video. So this doesn't just help me, it helps everybody. So thanks for that. That's a very good idea. This goes to replay. If you think of something else, come back, drop me a comment, but that'll help out. Okay, guys, coming into the dock. This is down in Isla Mirada. Also a little different picture. I'm about to have a bunch of new pictures of that, but a new video will be out tomorrow, adding part 3, adding the extra gas tank. You'll see how that was done. So look for that coming out tomorrow. And I do believe I'm going to premiere that. I was talking to Kayak 7C, so I think I'm going to premiere that video. So I'll be in the chat. And videos of the water pump and emaciator pump will come out right after that. I'm going to kind of show you what all I did with the water system, and we'll go from there. But I think you'll enjoy those videos. I think they're going to be good. Let's see. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, that's a very good idea because, guys, I talked to a friend today. Good, he's been a long time boater. He's a Mud Club member, and he knows a lot also. And we were talking about, but I told him, which this is true. Let me tell you the scenario that happens that messes you up. You're setting, the thing is set for a while. This happens in Florida a lot. And you're out drive setting, and guess what? Dirt daubers get in there and they build it up unbeknownst to you, and you don't know it. And then you go down to the water and you put that baby in. Well, it may pump or it may not, but you won't know it until that temperature. I don't know what that was. You won't know it until that temperature is shot up. And that's why I want a boat where I can see the telltale. Yeah, I want to see it peeing to make myself comfortable, because you can damage a whole bunch of stuff. So it would be super easy to put what we're talking about a little pigtail with a little valve, a little plastic valve, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. So that's an excellent idea. I'll show it when we do it. Yeah, I'm going to get going a little bit more, as you'll know and hear about. I'm going to have a little bit more time on that. So I'm focusing more on the build, getting out the boat stuff, because a lot of where I'm at, this kind of catches you up actually, but seeing exactly where I'm at, the videos run a good bit behind. They're going to come together fast now. And the reason is I've done a ton of work that I didn't complete anything because it wasn't ready yet. So now a lot of stuff's going to come together at one time. And I think you'll see, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Don't want to be hanging over the outdrive switch, a valve. We have to chat about that. Maybe mention that Wednesday. I'm not sure exactly what you're saying there. Yep, a clear tube. Yep. Just which, from what I'm thinking, where that thing would be, and I hadn't had it in the water yet, so I can't say 100%. But I believe it would be creating such a nice stream that you wouldn't even be having to see the top of the outdrive. You'd see the water coming. So I'm pretty sure that would be good. Yeah, there's a good question. Always happens. Keep watching the videos. We will approach that subject when we get to that section. But long story short, he quit, and that's all I can say. And whatever, we'll talk about that when I get up there in the videos. Okay, y'all haven't probably heard me say this. Maybe you have. And since I got more time, I'm going to have more time. So I've got a lady that she does murals, okay? And what my plan is, she's going to come look at it, is because it's Trailer Boy, I can take it to her place. What I'm planning, now I know you wouldn't do this on the normal boat, but because this boat is doing the loop and I'm garnering attention, but imagine your boat from the back, starting from the back, going to counterclockwise, going to the starboard, from the rub rail up, depending on what she says. I'm planning to have her hand paint. She does murals, hand paint the Great Loop all the way around. The right side would be the East Coast. The front would be the Northern Great Lakes and all that. And then the port side coming down would be like the Mississippi, and then coming around to the back to Florida. The whole reason is getting attention, and then it'll also have my little YouTube thing on it. It'll have that on 3 places. So that's what I'm planning right now. And then at some point, just depending on how that goes, this ain't the last boat that I'm going to build, obviously. But this boat completing the loop will have some significance to me. So that's why I'm kind of planning that. But you're right. I don't think that I've done a little bit of work on it. I don't see that cleaning up so where it's shining like a new boat. So that's what, yeah. Okay. Appreciate that. There's twice today. I talked to him earlier. I couldn't remember the word QR code. But anyways, yeah. Well, I thought about a wrap in the beginning, but my daughter her husband's got a wrap on his boat, and she says it's terrible. It nicks. It's got all kind of nicks in it. So I've kind of decided not to do that. And then this girl, she's in the local market. Has a really cool following what she does. I just think it'd be very unique. You'll never see a boat like it. And then, just depending on what I do, the next boat, would be more like regular Good Times, regular paint job. But this is going to be, I think, very, very unique. So, all right, guys, unless anybody has any other major questions. That's going to wrap us up. I'm super excited. Get up in the morning and get that thing timed. And then Tony Scott, I need to reach out to you, bro. Tuesday, Wednesday is trailer, working on the trailer because I need to get it onto the boat, onto the trailer. So I need to go ahead and get that dealt with. So I'm going to reach out to you. But I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I will probably, if I'm out on the water, I will probably do a live stream. Just come on and just kind of show y'all. I think that'd be kind of cool. Show you the lakes. We're the city of lakes, and we got like 40 lakes in a chain, though I won't be doing that. I'll just be checking it out, probably seeing how to drive. Long as the drive and everything works good, I'll probably be checking it, seeing if it's going to get on plane. And I mean, I know it is, but so anyways, I may do a little bit of that on a live stream. I will, if things go well, you'll see a live stream. That means things went well. If not, be waiting for the next video. But guys, I appreciate it. Y'all can continue on in the chat there. I'm going to get finished up. Look for that video tomorrow at 7 and some coming out very quickly thereafter. So I will talk to y'all soon. Y'all have